Good morning, YouTube. It's Cherise here, and today I'm doing a Valentine's look for you featuring the color purple. I feel like purple is the perfect combination of red, which is like kind of the color of love and passion and fiery, and then blue, which could be calming or it could signify maybe sadness. And me, as a single person, happily single, on Valentine's Day, you can't help but feel both those feelings coming together. Feelings of sadness, maybe for, relationships that didn't work, sadness that you haven't found your one yet, or the one hasn't found you yet, but then also feelings of love because you have a greater appreciation for yourself. You know your worth, you know your value, you know that you're loved by others that aren't a significant other. So I feel like purple is like the perfect color for the single girl on Valentine's Day. So we're going to do a soft glam look featuring purple lips. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any purple on the eyes, and if I do, it's probably just going to be eyeliner. So it's going to be really simple, really easy. My face is freshly washed, and I primed it using my Cover FX mattifying primer with acne treatment. But I'm going to go in with a little bit of this Boots number 7 Beautifully Matte Makeup Base because I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Miracle Cushion Foundation, which is a Lumi foundation. So it's going to have my skin looking very, very luminous. So to help myself not get super oily, I'm going to double prime by using this primer because it is very, very, very mattifying. And at first I sweep and then I start to pat, and I'm going to make sure I put this on my eyelids and into my eyebrows as well. Like I said, sweeping first and then patting. It is currently 8:07 a.m. I have class at 9. So I'm sort of in a rush, so if it seems like I'm like moving really fast, it's because I am moving really fast. Also, this video is a collab video, so I don't want it to be super duper long, and I will leave the link to her channel below. I forgot to ask her the exact pronunciation of her name, but I think it's Afi Elizabeth is how you pronounce the first part. I know Elizabeth, I can read Elizabeth, but it's A-F-I and then Elizabeth with a Z, the traditional way of spelling it. And of course, like I said, I'll leave a link to her Valentine's Day tutorial below. She's super sweet, super nice. And I'll also leave a couple links to a few of my favorite videos of hers that I've watched. Alright, so we're just getting all primed and mattified. Like, this is super mattifying stuff. So I thought it'd be perfect for using this Lumi foundation. I have been loving the luminous look to the skin lately, but with this one, I get oily really, really, really quick, but it makes the skin look so beautiful. And I'm going to take a suggestion from Tati here on YouTube and use a flat top brush to apply this. Mine's kind of angled, but it still has a flat top. And again, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation in C8. I'm just going to apply this all over using my BH Cosmetics 117 brush. And literally I'm just tapping it in. And then going in and tapping the skin. And I just think that this leaves such a beautiful finish. It has buildable coverage. It feels really good on the skin. Like, applying it to the skin, it feels really, really nice and like hydrating and cooling. It has super buildable coverage. Ultra lightweight, like it doesn't feel like I have anything on my face. I've been loving the way that this feels. I've also been loving like just luminous foundations in general. Or hydrating foundations. Even though my skin hasn't been particularly dry, I don't know, I've just been really enjoying them as of late. So like I said, I'm just pressing this foundation to the skin. I'm not sweeping at all. And I'm just building up the coverage by adding additional layers where needed. The color of this is a little bit light for my skin. It matches my chest pretty well. But we're gonna get right, of course, with our powders. This is my first time wearing the foundation using this combination of primers. And so far I can already tell that we're gonna have a less oily day. I'm going to be using mostly drugstore products for this look because I want it to be affordable. I feel like this is actually the most expensive item that I'm going to be using. Well, besides the Cover FX primer. But that's just kind of like one of my staple skincares. I use that more as a moisturizer than I do a primer. I just like it because it has salicylic acid. And as you can see, I'm breaking out on my chin. So, but this foundation retails for $15.99. Well, it does where I live. Oh, Target. I got it at Target. But I love it because it's buildable and it's so lightweight. It just looks so good on the skin. It just has such a beautiful, beautiful finish. And we're going to stick with L'Oreal powders to set this. So, of course, I'm going to set it with my favorite L'Oreal True Match powder. And I'm going to use the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible. We're going to start with the Pro Matte Infallible to set our T-zone area. I'm just going to add a little bit of a highlight to the face and then use the True Match on the perimeter of the face. It just applies so well, like I love it. And it's relatively fast. It's not as messy as like a liquid foundation either because I'm not pouring anything. I'm not pumping anything. I'm not spilling anything. Literally, I'm just pressing into the cushion and applying directly to the face. And like I said, this can be sheer to full coverage, and as you can see, I have it applied in a pretty full coverage. You can't see any of my imperfections poking through, which is what we want for Valentine's Day. Soft glam. All right. So I'm just going to close this up. And we're going to get started with setting the face. Like I said, we're going to keep it in the L'Oreal family. So I'm going to use my Pro Matte Infallible and 700 Classic Tan to really set the T-zone area and the areas where I get most oily. And I really like this powder because it's not going to make the skin look cakey. It's very fine and soft and very smoothing. Like it just, can you see how matte that is? Just like it just makes you so smooth. So focusing this in the areas I want to highlight and the places where I get most oily. And I'm pressing this powder into the skin. I go in the center of the face. And this is a BH Cosmetics 116 brush, which is just a normal flat top brush, no angle to it, just completely flat top, which is great for applying foundation or applying powder. And pressing also gives you more coverage and does not disturb the foundation that you've laid down. And I can already tell that this is going to be so much more successful than the first time I wore this foundation. I think this is only my second time wearing it, but I really do love the way it made my skin look. Like, I was taking so many selfies. I just love the way it has made my skin look. It's been a great year so far for drugstore foundations. Alright, so now that we have our most oily places powdered and our face highlighted with this powder, because it is on the light side, we're going to go into L'Oreal True Match now. So that was L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible in 700 Classic Tan. Now I'm going into the L'Oreal True Match in the color C8 just because it's closest to me. I prefer C7, but we can use C8. And I'm using the same brush. I like to use the same brush. It helps things to blend together better. And we're going to do the same technique. We're just going to press this into the skin everywhere else where we haven't powdered yet. And this color matches the foundation. This is C8. The foundation I used is also in C8. With this look, I'm really focusing on luminosity, not like chiseling and adding angles to the face. So I'm not going to do any real contouring. Like, this is it with the darker powder for the perimeter of my face. This is the only contouring, which really isn't even contouring, that I'm going to be doing. Just make sure that you get everywhere that you applied foundation and that hasn't been powdered yet. And I'm really pressing it in. So the look is going to look pretty matte right now, but I promise you that this foundation will get more luminous and dewy as time goes on, but by packing it with powder and by using that Boots No. 7 makeup base, it's going to prevent me from getting oily and greasy, because we don't want that. Dewy and glowy is okay, but a greasy oil slick, So if you have drier skin, then you may not need to use like such a mattifying primer, and you just can set with powder. Or vice versa. Maybe use a super mattifying primer and then don't set with as much powder as I am, because I'm really packing it on. One thing I also kind of like about this foundation is that it kind of lets my birthmark shine through just a little bit, which I don't mind. I've just been noticing lately that foundations don't cover it up as easily as they have in the past, which I don't really care too much about my birthmark. And hopefully you can see how this powder is adding some color back into my face and I don't look as washed out. And you can see how my face is highlighted by the other powder. L'Oreal has such a great shade range when it comes to the True Match powders that they're really easy to find 2 shades that work for a highlight and a contour. So we're going to use the same brush and kind of go in on the nose. It's 8:20. I have 20 minutes until I need to like be done. Then I need to pack my bags, but I've already been thinking about what I need to take to class today. Yep, see, that's my alarm. That's my hurry, gotta go alarm. Alright, so I'm just kind of going in. Making sure that I really do have everything set very well. And let's finish up the skin. So now you can see that I kind of have a highlight and contour going, but it's very, very natural and it's not too much, like soft glam. So now we're going to move on to highlighter. I'm going to use my favorite highlighter, which is from Black Radiance, and it's in the color Ginger Snap. Rose Kimberly also loves this highlighter. It's just so beautiful. I'm drinking pumpkin spice latte. Something new, change. So I'm literally loading it up a lot and literally going in right on the highest part of my cheek. And I'm also bringing it up, dusting it into the brow, kind of just holds this C little area right here. Like I said, we're looking for a very extreme glow, pretty much. So I think that is pretty good. So do the same thing on the other side. Really focusing on the high point of the cheek, and then, like I said, bring it up in your little C shape. I always feel like this side is less in your face. So going with a little second layer. Ooh, did you hear my tummy growling? My tummy was growling like crazy yesterday. Like, people were making fun of me. I was like, my stomach wants what it wants. Like, can't control it. And then, of course, the nose. I'm doing the bridge of the nose, which you guys know, I don't really have a super prominent bridge, so I really like the way highlighting the center of my nose looks in pictures. It makes my nose look a little more narrow, and it makes it look more lifted, like I have a, like it actually comes straight out of my face, instead of kind of being flat and then curving out. And Cupid's bow. Really glow it up since we are going to have some fierce purple lips. I just love the way my highlighted Cupid's bow and like upper lip look with makeup. Of course, this is makeup with lipstick, I mean. And then I'm kind of hitting this little area above the brow again and sweeping it down. You can go over your lids if you want to. Hitting those cheekbones. Why does this side look less intense? Like always. I don't know, it may just be like the way the light hits this side versus this side. Alright, so now we're going to move on to blush. Like I said, we're not doing any contour. And so for blush, I want a more like kind of plum color, because this is all about purple. So I'm using the color Raspberry, and this is also from Black Radiance. And it's like a pinky plum color, and I'm going to use this brush to apply it. Oh, the brush I just used to apply my highlighter was the e.l.f. Complexion brush. It's just a fluffy, big fluffy brush. So I'm going to pack on this blush onto the brush. And it's super pigmented, like I'm using the lightest touch ever. To place this on the kind of apples of my cheeks, and then blending it back. And if you don't like blush, or if you don't want it to be this intense, then you do you. Modify it for you. I'm just showing you what I am doing. my method. I do believe this is a little too pigmented, but I like the placement, so I'm just going to keep going with it. And now I'm just going to take my powder brush and go in circular motions and downward motions around it, just to soften it up a little bit. I know some people, they have issues with their cheeks eating blush. My cheeks don't really do that. So I'm kind of going over it, blending around it, blending everything. As you can see, that helped to sheer it out some. But I want it to be present. All right, so now we can go on to the eyes. For the eyes, I'm going to be using the Black Radiance palette, the one that looks like this with all the purples, because this look is all about purple. And I also have a Black Radiance lipstick I'm going to wear, so this is kind of a Black Radiance heavy makeup look, but I really do love their products, and they are quality products, and they look great. So the first thing we're going to do is take this brown shade right here that I have hit pan on, and we're going to apply that all over the lid. I love it, love, love, love this color. It's just like a perfect all over the lid color. And you can go into your crease too. But you just want to blend this all over your lid area. Like so. And you want to take this on your bottom lash line. And maybe to get my mirror a little bit closer. So applying this to the lid and lower lash line. I just love the glow that I have going on. I've been loving to glow. Shine bright like a diamond. I love that song. I'm not like a super Rihanna fan. I'm not really a super fan of anybody, really. Except Ella Fitzgerald, Nina Simone, Billie Holiday. But when it comes to like pop artists, I'm not a super fan of anyone, really. Like I like Taylor Swift, I like Selena Gomez, I like Justin Bieber, I like Migos, you know, I like Chris Brown, Beyonce, you know, the usuals. I enjoy pop music, but I'm really a fan of jazz. Alright, so once you get that on the lid, and that was random, go ahead and blend it out into the crease. So this is what your eye should be looking like. And now we're going to go ahead and highlight our inner corner of the eye. And from this palette, we're going to use this nice frosty light purple right here to highlight our inner corner, because that is the color of our look, is purple. I think it looks really, really pretty too in the inner corner. Like you can see it has like a hint of like lilac to it. And we're going for soft glam. So we're not going to do too much with the eyes. And I don't really have time. I think we'll be okay. I'll probably just do brows off camera, so this video won't be long. Brows and mascara off camera. Alright, so get those inner corners highlighted. And then just opens up the eyes a little more. I'm here. I'm awake. Yeah, I'm loving the way this foundation's looking today. It feels so good. Alright, so now we're going to start to deepen up our crease, and we're going to start layering some colors. So the first purple I'm going to use is this eyelid one on the right hand side. The eyelid purple on the right hand side, right here. And I'm using like a fluffy brush to do this. And we're going to start applying this to our crease area. And I'm kind of cutting the crease, kind of. You'll see. I'll show you. I'm just kind of applying it right into the crease area, going 2/3 the way in. This is just going to help to define the eye some more. I'm really just following the socket and the shape of my eye. As you can see. Just following the shape of my eye. Really building up this purple in the crease. And I'm kind of blending it up just a little bit so that you can see it with my eye open. We want just a peak of purple. A peak of purple. I love alliteration if you can tell. Lower lash line, peak of purple. So you can see how that looks. And this is just going to add a little bit of smokiness to the look, add more depth to the eyes. And of course, you just want to repeat the same steps on the other eye. For some odd reason, this eye always comes out like, it's easier for me to do this eye. Like the shape instantly happens with this one that I'm going for. And I'm going for a sort of cat eye shape. Like I'm kind of round, like pointing on that very corner, but not too much. Of course, just go ahead and blend that like so. And now we're going to go into the even deeper glittery purple, and we're going to apply some more of that in the crease, kind of layering it up. And it's very dark, this one. So staying in the crease even more, really following the shape of our eye. Not really going to blend this one upward too much. Also apply this to the bottom lash line, the outer half to 1/3, this deeper purple. And I'm also going to take this onto the lid a little bit. Like so. And this is just a deeper purple shade that has chunks of glitter in it. It almost looks black. But you see how that just instantly added depth and made it more smoky? I literally only have, okay, I have romantic period music, and I have saxophone rep class, and my quartet is playing today. So I'm going to practice after romantic for that. After that, I have a break, which I will be practicing piano and eating lunch. Then I have a piano lesson, and then after piano I go to poetry writing, and then my day is over until I have her campus meeting and work in the nighttime. And make sure you connect it on that outer corner. So that's how the eyes are looking. So now I'm going to get a fluffier brush and go back into that first purple color that we put in our crease and just blend that out on top of this a little bit. I also might stop by my job because things have been going down. Let me just tell y'all. So I'm not working at Sephora anymore. It's Sephora inside JCPenney, so she just switched me to the JCPenney side of things. I'm also going to take a little bit of this mid-tone purple that the first purple we used in the crease, and applying a little bit of that to the very center of my bottom lash line. So I'm not working at Sephora anymore. She switched me to like the regular JCPenney side, which I'm down with. I'm cool with that. But we've just had some issues with communication and scheduling, and I just have been like not happy with how things have gone lately. Alright, so our brow bones are already highlighted from the highlight that we used on our face. But if you want to add a little bit of the highlight that you used in the inner corner, feel free. I'm going to add just a little bit. Just a touch. Ooh, I need to get going. Like so. So now it's like extra highlighting. Oh, sorry, my nose is running. So again, this palette is from Black Radiance. It's one of their eye peel palettes, and it's like purple. And basically we did the dramatic / bold sexy look. It's like has directions on the back, like what color combinations. Which is perfect for Valentine's Day. So now what I'm going to do is take an Urban Decay liner. And of course I pull out all the colors except for the one I actually want to use. And it's purple. I don't know, Delirious. It's called Delirious. And as you can see, it's a beautiful purple. And we're going to use this on our upper lash line. And it's just really pretty purple. And I'm tightlining with it as well. Hopefully you can see, like the color is actually showing up. Of course I'm going to tear up. I don't have time. My eyes have been tearing up like crazy, like, I feel like I just said like so many times. Yesterday it was my right eye. The day before yesterday it was my left eye that would not stop tearing up. I was literally tears running down my eye. I'm like in my saxophone lesson, crying out of one eye, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yes, it's just sinus. It's like I don't know what's happening." And he was just like, "Are you sure?" You know how men are. They get, especially a man that you're not like super duper close to, like if you just start crying, like they're gonna feel very uncomfortable. And so things were a little awkward for a little bit, but I really wasn't like crying. I didn't mean to. Like my eye was just, it just waters. And I like explained that to him, and he was like, "Okay, okay." That's what I say. And we're gonna take this and we're gonna wing it out a little bit. As you can see, very subtle, very soft, soft glam. And just look at how that adds so much to like the eye look. It makes your eye look bigger. Love, and I just love that purple. Like, can you guys see it? It's so pretty. We're just gonna go great with our purple lips, which is also a color from Black Radiance. So this is mostly a drugstore look. Like I've only used 2 products that aren't drugstore. But you can use any purple eyeliner. I actually have a NYX one and a Wet n Wild one that I could have used, but this is just the one that I had in mind to use because I know that it's waterproof, it lasts all day, has great pigmentation, glides on super easy. And like I said, we're winging it out just a little bit. It's like the most subtle, soft wing ever. I feel like this one's a little softer on the other side. Okay. So these are the eyes. Just gonna touch it up a little bit on the outer corner. Bronzy purple eyes. All right. So lastly for this look that I'm going to show you guys is, of course, do mascara. Wear lashes if you want to. I'm just not a lash person. But is the lip color. And the lip color I'm going to wear is from Black Radiance, and it's in the color Plum Orchid. And it's a beautiful purple. Love this purple. Oh gosh. And it's like matching my bathrobe almost perfectly. So it's a little bit brighter than the colors we use on the eyes, which I think gives a good balance to the look because the eyes are very smoky, sultry. You can't really tell that it's purple on the camera, but it's definitely purple eyeshadow. So this completes the look minus brows and mascara, which I'm going to do off camera because I really need to hurry up and get to class. Again, thank you for watching. Thanks for support. And like I said, this is a collab video. And I'm going to leave the link to her Instagram and the link to her YouTube channel and a link to some of my favorite videos of hers down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this glowing skin and bronzy purple smoky eyes with purple lips look featuring a lot of drugstore products and Black Radiance and L'Oreal products. Again, thank you for watching. Thanks for your support. If it's Afi, I don't know if you say Afi, Afi. My aunt's name is Afi. Afi Elizabeth, it's been great collabing with you, and I hope you like the look too. And again, don't forget to check her out. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Bye, YouTube.